The
Okay.
question is, what would you say, Ariel, in your opinion, is a
Mhm.
skill that's taught by many, but only mastered by a few?
Hmm, that's a good question. Think mastered by a few. I think the first thing that comes to my mind is kind of the saying where it's like, "Be where your feet are at."
I like that.
And I feel like
I like that.
yeah, I feel like for me because, I kinda touched on this a little bit, I feel like so many of us and, like, I'm definitely a victim for this, like, we tend to always, like, think so much ahead of us and, like, what's going on, what's gonna happen, what do I need to do to get, like, to further parts of my life or different things ahead, and sometimes I feel like the beauty in life is just acknowledging and just being where you are in the moment and just enjoying the present, and for me, I've realized that being in college, like, I'm a fifth year senior now, and sometimes, like, I would think so far ahead, and it's like, no, like, some of my close teammates that came in when I was a freshman, like, they're graduating after the season. They don't have that extra year like I do. So for me, at least it's just in terms of basketball, it's just like even with my injuries and stuff like that, it's like how like being in the moment for me is like, let me enjoy this time, with them or like if I'm, with my studies and just my friends and stuff like that. I think it's just so many of us, we just get caught up in thinking so far ahead that we kind of
True.
don't realize what we have in the moment. And I think, yeah, I've kind of said like the beauty I feel like is just enjoying where you are right now.
Yeah, I love it. Next one, what is something failure taught you that success couldn't?
It definitely taught me the beauty of resilience and how resilience shapes who you are, not just as an athlete, but also as a person. Because I feel like I'm grateful in a way for the injuries and the downs that I've had because when you think about it, like life is just a roller coaster of like highs and lows,
Yeah,
and I
true.
feel like these injuries and step backs that I've had during my time so far as an athlete has only helped me build the resilience that I need to prepare me for life ahead. I feel like, man, I've gone through hard times,
Yeah,
whenever that next hard time might be, it's like, it's gonna suck, but you know what? I'm gonna get through it because I've had past things in my life where I know I've gotten through it.
right.
So I think that's something that failure has taught me more than success.
Okay, and just the final three, because I want to be very respectful of your time. The best piece of advice you ever received.
Mm, that's a good question. I feel a lot of good. I think for me, it's probably been advice that I've gotten from my mum, and she's always told me. And
Yeah,
I think for me, like, ultimately, that's what it's about, like, being a good person. If you're a good person, I feel like in trying to help others or, just being respectful and stuff like that, it just shows who you are as a character.
right.
And I feel like, that's just something that I've just been, like, brought up with is just being a good person and helping others. And, yeah, that's something that just always stays in my head, especially when I'm going through hard times. It's like, work hard and be a good person.
Right.
Try help someone else. And, yeah, my mom, she always reminds me, both of my parents remind me, like, your life, like, that you have right now, it's so good and stuff like that. There's people that are going through hard times right now
Yeah.
that, just don't have those opportunities. So I think for me, it definitely helps me to stay grounded and stay true to myself whilst also trying to help other people
Right.
in any way that I can.
Right.